Hello, high levelers. It's Rayo Daniel here. I don't know if you are aware, but currently there has been a problem in the recent weeks with First Promoter, and a lot of the webhooks are not getting the information that they normally get. So I noticed this probably a little over a week ago, where I get information from First Promoter whenever people sign up underneath your affiliate link, but the information in the custom fields, meaning the first name, the company name, and the phone number, those fields are not coming across. The only thing I'm getting is an email address. Now, I don't know if this is a systemic event and it's happening with everybody or just a few particular people. However, it does create a problem. And the problem is when you don't have somebody's name or phone number or even their business name, then a lot of your workflows may not function correctly because it doesn't have all the information it needs to communicate with people. For instance, if there's no phone number on the contact, then the workflow will not send them a text message. So that can become a problem here. Now, right now, what I want to do is kind of show you a quick fix. This is something that you can do to your very first workflow. Now, if you haven't looked at my other video that I've created here, I did create a whole other video on how to set up webhooks for your affiliate leads inside of my YouTube channel, and I'll see if I can link that video in the description below. But right now, the problem again is sometimes First Promoter doesn't send over the information that you need. Now, how do you catch that? How do you catch when the information comes in automated and then it's not fully populated, meaning you're not getting the first name, phone number? How do you recognize that? How do you capture that inside of your workflow? Well, I wanted to give you a quick example of how you could set it up. This is how I'm changing my workflows now that I see that this problem exists, because I want to sit back and capture this data and basically give me an opportunity to update the affiliates, the new sign up contact record before I let it go through the rest of the workflow. And that way the contact record has been updated. So right now what I want to do is share my screen here. Let's pop over here. But right now, here's a series of, if you've watched my other video, you'll see these are the videos that I kind of walk you through getting created. And these represent the 5 different stages of creating webhooks and the different events that you can capture inside of Highlevel. Right now, the one I'm going to be working on is, I'm going to blow this up here a little bit here. I'm going to be working on this lead subscribed right here. Because this is the very first one. This is when they first sign up for that first page of the 2-step order form. This is when you capture all their information. So this is where you really need to kind of stop and gather that particular data if it's missing before it goes through the rest of the workflows, because you want to make sure the contact record is fully populated, at least as possible. So I'm going to click on lead subscribed. And what I'm going to do here is, here is the trigger. This triggers the same webhook. We're not going to go over that. We set up in the other video. But here is, for instance, the create or update contact. Now, this is my very first step inside of my workflow. This is where I simply create and make sure I update the contact record with all the information that I'm getting from the webhook. So email address gets mapped to the email, business name, phone, and full name, so forth, gets populated into Highlevel. Then I've got all the fields I need in order to do things like send a custom SMS, like hello, contact first name. Well, if there's no first name there, then the first name field is going to be blank. Wouldn't it be nice to have something like that? So what I did here is I created a simple if condition. Now, I want to walk you through this here so that maybe if you're interested, you can update your very first workflow to include this, and then that way you'll get notified whenever leads come across, if they ever do, that are missing information. And it allows you to fix that contact before it gets processed with the rest of your workflows. So here I'm going to click on the condition, and I'm going to blow this up here. Forgive me here, let me switch over here. I'm blocking this, just looking at my video. But condition, lead has name. That's kind of what I called it. Call it whatever you want. But this is where the first name field is not empty. Okay, so if the first name is not empty, okay, then it's populated with something. If it's populated with something, most likely the information came across, and the contact update record, the one that you see over here, this step updated the first name to include whatever came across in the first promoter webhook, and everything is all good. So this is the most common path that this is going to take. The lead's going to come across, it's going to have a name, and it's going to flow down the rest of your workflow that you already have assigned. Perfect. Exactly what you wanted to do. Now, what happens if it doesn't have a name? So all you do is just, you could say lead has no name, where the first name is empty. Now, if the first name field is empty, after you do this create update contact field, then obviously the fields did not map correctly in the webhook. Either they didn't map correctly or the data wasn't sent. Either way, it doesn't really matter to you, because right now all you have is an empty contact record with somebody's email address. Now, if you're an affiliate and you want to nurture these people, then you want to make sure you have as much information as possible. Now, I can't promise you that you're going to get all the pieces of information for this particular contact. This is where it becomes tricky. Only thing I can tell you how to do is how to get their first and last name. I can't tell you how to get their business name or their phone number if it didn't come across in the original request, because I don't have access to that. But what I will show you is how to get access to at least their name. So this is the condition that I've set up initially here, and I'm going to move this back over. Just looking at my video here, make sure you guys can see this. So condition, the lead has a name. It's going to come down here and assign a tag, assign users, move them to a pipeline, all that kind of good stuff. I'm here, but what happens with lead has no name? Okay, so this is where we need to sit back and wait. So lead has no name. First thing we're going to do is send a message. This is just going to send me an SMS, new affiliate lead with no name, populate name from first promoter site before releasing them to the rest of the workflow. Now, this is just my own personal internal message, but what I want to be able to do here, and for the sake of privacy, for the people that signed up under me and so forth, I'm not going to go into where this area is, but if you go to your agency view, then go to your affiliate page inside of your agency view, you will get inside the first promoter website. Inside the first promoter website, if you go to the referrals at the top, your referrals links, that right there will give you everybody in first promoter that signed up. Now, what you can do is you can match the email address that came across. So you would go to, first of all, you would go to your contact record, and there'd be a contact record there with a blank name in it with just an email address, no phone number in it. And you would have to open that contact record up and then look at the name that's in first promoter underneath your agency affiliate page, refers, that's where it is, and you would look and you would see a first name and last name listed there that matches the email address inside of the contact record. So you can manually, I know it sucks, not my fault, don't blame me, but you would take the first name and last name and manually update the contact record inside of Highlevel. Now, whenever the record has been updated, okay, for this, then at that point, at least you have a first name and a last name. Now, you don't have the company name and the phone number like I told you about, because First Promoter doesn't show you that, at least not where I can find it, inside of the inside of the affiliate page. But at least you're able to populate a name. So now you can customize things with contact, the contact.first name. Now, one of the things you want to do here is once you send yourself something, you can send it to your team, you can send it to VA, whoever, just notify somebody. And then the next step is going to sit back and wait. Now, what this is going to do here, the condition I have is for this, we're not using a time delay. We're not going to be doing that. What I chose to do here, and you could choose to do something differently, is just do a condition, wait for a particular condition to get satisfied. So with this, the condition that I want to get satisfied is where first name is not empty, which means that you have, it will pause, and I'm going to break this up, and I put this out for 3 days to give you plenty of time to do this here. Now, the sooner you can get this done, the better, but obviously this wait condition is going to wait for 3 days until it times out, and then it's going to move on or not do anything. This is going to be how you need to determine the logic of your workflow. But hopefully during that time, if you come and update the first promoter, now this condition is satisfied. You can come in here and manually release this person from the workflow, move them to the next step, in which case, we're going to go take a look at that. Here, we're just going to be simply using a go-to. So let me populate this. Sorry, let me make this a little bit bigger for you guys. So you're going to notify yourself, wait to populate the contact record. And then once that contact record is populated, the go-to simply comes back over here to the normal channel where the name came through. And now it's going to start filling out that process and continue with the rest of your workflow. I'm not going to go through the rest of my workflow here, but I wanted to at least show you some of the things that you can do for this. And this is just a really simple if condition that you can put in, again, your very first workflow. You don't need to do this on the sign up or any of the other subsequent lead steps here. Just step one. That's it, because you either get the information when they sign up or you don't get the information. Once you have the information populated, then at that particular point, you don't want to update or mess it up. The information is in your CRM for all the other remaining steps. So if it goes to step 2 for the actual, if they sign up and put in their credit card, then that record has already been updated. So you get the point. So the rest of the stuff you don't need. You just need to populate the information on step 1. So I just wanted to take a few minutes to just kind of give you guys an option, because I do know that apparently First Promoter is having an issue with sending data over, and for those people that are getting data sent over and you're missing that, it could be a pain. I mean, it could be a pain to go back and try to fix that after the fact, when you can kind of be preemptive and put a little bit of logic in your workflow, at least the first step of your workflow, number 1, to make sure that that you pause and you hold it if you get something that comes across and doesn't have a name. Now, for this thing, could you populate phone number? Sure. For this condition, you can simply choose whatever. You could choose first name, you could choose full name, you could choose phone number, whatever you want on here. However your logic is. I'm just choosing first name because in my workflows, first name is used a lot with SMS and email and things like that to personalize it. And if it's not personalized, then I guess you could send it out and it just would not be personalized. But anyway, I just want to give you guys an example of what you could do if you wanted to, and potentially fix this particular problem or head it off before it becomes a bigger issue. So that's it. That's all I have, guys. Thanks so much, and take it easy. Peace.